Tortimer the Great. Welcome back to another exciting episode of Minecraft Jurassic World Edition. We are going to be doing some fun stuff today. Starting off, I asked you guys 2 episodes ago, what you guys' thoughts were on the name for the Dilophosaurus. Didn't get a lot of consensus. Besides, I had a couple of people who thought that the idea that I had put out there about naming him Nedry or something to that effect was going to be a pretty fun idea. So what we're going to do is we are going to go ahead and do that, because the other name suggestions I got were like, I don't know, or wasn't any pizzazz there. There wasn't anything that really jumped out at me, and there wasn't really any consensus among you guys either. Like, there was no like, even if there wasn't a name that I really glommed onto, nobody else was really like agreeing with each other on that either. So we're just gonna go with what I had kind of thrown out there, and we'll start off today by doing that. And so let's see. Yeah, we'll just name him Nedry. That's what we're gonna do. And then, you know, if we get some good suggestions for future Dilophosaurs, we're gonna have probably 2 or 3 more, so we'll be able to make that work. But yeah, so now we've got Nedry here, and he's growing big. Let's check him out here. He's a growing boy. Look at him. I wonder, I've never seen the JurassiCraft ones frill out. I don't know if that's something that they do only if they're like angry and attacking something, or if that's something they do at all. I'm not really sure. I don't really want to attack Nedry and find out. But yeah, so there he goes. He's a grown boy, and we may be needing to find him a new enclosure here at some point. But let's go. Actually, we're going to take Casper. What I want to do today is we're going to take a quick look at some progress that I've made over on the Ankylosaur and Stegosaur enclosures. Did a little bit of work over there, and we also did some work on the Allosaur enclosure. There we go. So we'll take a quick look at those 2 items, and then we're going to be working today, as I mentioned last time, on the entryway, the kind of main gate that leads us into the park. We're going to be working on that. So to start, we've got. In fact, let's. I meant to do this, but let's head in here. So I worked on the Allosaur enclosure, finished up the walls. Finished up the walls, and so now Clifford is all enclosed in. I haven't gone full on with him yet. I put a couple of lamps in here. I need to go get some more glowstone, I think, before I can make any more of those, though. And although I guess in the ground I'm using pumpkins. I think I was just lazy mostly. So we'll work on Clifford's enclosure at some point, but for now he's just got torches and stuff. But the main point is he's all locked in, so he's heading in the right direction at least. But I love the epic look of just this enclosure. You got the little river creek thing here, this big mountain cave thing. Oh, I love it. I love it. I think it works out very nicely for him. And so there we go. Can't really get out, but I'll block that up for now. So along this line a little bit, I did some work here on the Stegosaur and Ankylosaur enclosures. But I talked to you guys about how I was thinking about putting maybe in another little viewing room. So kind of like, you know, at SeaWorld or something, you know, you get multiple viewing angles on, or, you know, any zoo you might go to. You get multiple viewing angles on things. So you've got the reinforced, you know, enclosure wall out there. But then you come in here, and I'm not done with this yet. I think I want to do, one of the things that, that comes with one of the, I've got the statues mod installed, and one of the things, it's got a display case that'll come with that, and I think we can do some cool things with those display cases, as well as like the fossils and archaeology skeletons and things like that. We'll probably be able to make some cool like Stegosaur informational enclosure sort of things in here, as well as we'll put in like some seating and things like that. We'll make it nice, but for now, this is just plain glass that I used the chisel on to make it, you know, it's got the connected texture, and it's got like this black outline sort of thing. I like it well enough for now. We may change it up at some point, but for now I think I like it pretty well. But yeah, so we've got Spike in there. We also added in. So off of like the guest viewing area, we've got the employee access only, which will lead us into the enclosure proper, so we don't have to break down the walls anymore. Hey Spike, how's it doing, buddy? And we've got our little baby back here, little baby. He's growing too. He's getting a big boy. He's getting to be a big boy. But yeah, so we've got our fossils and archaeology stegosaur, which we hatched last time, and he's growing along nicely. We still need names for him. I'm recording this before that episode goes up, so it's possible that we got some name suggestions last time. But if you guys haven't given me some suggestions for some of our new ones, we've got a new stegosaur and a new ankylosaur, which we'll go check out here in a minute as well. We need names for them, so give that some thought if you guys have not done so already. And if you guys have, then we'll probably name those guys next time. But yeah, so same with the ankylosaur enclosure. You know, we've got I left kind of the natural formation kind of in place, but you can come in here and you get another vantage point on the ankylosaurs. The baby had been hanging out over here, just seeing Doser and Dolly at the moment, but we can come in with our fancy new employee access area. And this block is just chiseled glowstone, which I actually really like the look of that one. So it's a little less in your face than regular glowstone. But let's see, we've got to find... He's still pretty tiny. Yeah, here he is. He's still pretty tiny. The JurassiCraft guys grow much slower than the fossils and archaeology guys, so he's still pretty small. But yeah, so he's doing well, as well. And yeah, so we've got our babies coming along nicely. Yeah, so today let's head on over to... let's check out the entryway area. This is kind of, you know, like in Jurassic Park and things like that, the entryway and the visitor center are really like the two most iconic things about that whole, you know, establishment. And so I want to come over here to where we're going to be setting that up and just kind of get going with it. I think it's about time that we do that, and I'm pretty excited to get something going here. Might end up being one of the more iconic parts of the park to begin with. So in fact, let's fly over here. We can take a look at Nessie down there. She's full grown at this point. And once we start working over here towards the front, we'll probably next episode we'll move Nessie out here into her main lake. Just because now that we're going to be kind of setting up this stuff here, we might as well get her out of the little nursery pond and bring her out to the front of the park where she's going to probably be staying for the most part. So let's land. Oh, that is not what I meant to do. Oh, all right. My bad. I was trying to descend and I accidentally hit the dismount button. So we'll have to try to not do that in the future. Let me move Casper kind of up and over here just a little bit so he's out of the way. But here is kind of, let's look at the map. So you know, we're over here. This is our base camp. You know, we've got the stegosaurs, the ankylosaurs here. Let's turn off animals. And then I decided that this southern point here is where I wanted to put the park entrance in. And so we've got kind of this grand, you know, we've got this grand kind of mountain break here. I had to do a little bit of terraforming to flatten this out and to kind of open this up. This was actually plugged up with some dirt, so I had to dig that out and things like that. I'm still not totally done with this, obviously, but then you come through here and you start coming in and you start seeing, you know, all these mountains and this, you know, it's going to be a pretty sizable arch. I started laying stuff in here just so I didn't have to think as much when we were recording together, because it'll be a lot easier for everybody to just kind of get going without having to be like, now is it this block or this block? Because as you guys know, I plan most things ahead of time. But I mean, you come through here and like the visitor center is going to be sitting right here kind of in this hollow, and there's going to be a big bridge and you just have all these mountains and everything. It's so epic. And so I figured it'd be the perfect place for us to set up our park, especially because, you know, in theory, spawn would be the right place to do that. But spawn, you know, you guys can see kind of the lines here on the map. This is where our iron golem farm is. Spawn is like right here, is where you spawn in. There's just nothing epic about this over here. And if we spawned, you know, here, okay, so maybe then you can approach and things like that. But I figure if we're not going to be doing it right at spawn, we might as well do it the most epic place we can come up with, and I think that that is really going to be this. And it works out perfectly. We got our little, you know, our employee barracks and our kind of dig site and everything kind of out here on the edges, and then this will be, you know, kind of reestablishing the main entrance of the park. I think it'll work out pretty well. So let's let me show you guys. So as I mentioned, kind of pretty early on in this series, you guys may or may not remember, I mentioned in my Q&A recently too, my wife and I went to Puerto Rico earlier this year, and I was really inspired by some of the architecture and styles that they use down there. A lot of it's very colorful and things like that. And so I want to, since this is kind of a, you know, the original Jurassic Park / world takes place in Costa Rica, which is kind of a similar kind of culture. You know, it's kind of a tropical, kind of Spanish inspired sort of deal. I wanted to bring a similar flavor to this series, and I've got so many Minecraft series going on right now that I needed some way to differentiate. So that's what we're going to be doing. You know, we've got all the colors on each of the enclosures. There's nothing real special about those necessarily in terms of a theme, but I mean, I want to bring color into this a lot because everything, even, you know, people's homes are brightly colored and everything like that down in Puerto Rico, and I wanted to bring that into this. I don't want just a lot of plain sort of things. I want color to be kind of a central theme in everything we do. So this entryway is going to be, you know, it's not going to be the basic Jurassic World entryway. And we may be doing some of those kind of similar looking things in other places, but for the main entryway, I wanted to do something else. Basically, what we've got here. Let's see. I'm going to grab a bunch of each of these. I'm going to drop off this stuff. I'm taking this. I need this. Do that. Sure. Basically, I started the one side here. We've got the two big posts. Each of these are like 7 by 7. It's a pretty big thing here. And I've started. I really liked the mixture, or I really like this ancient block that I took from. I scavenged a little bit off of an academy, or the academy we found. Over here in the desert. I scavenged some off of that, and I also had found another academy out by the mesa, which I took some off of as well. And I really love the look of that, especially kind of in the savanna biome. And I really love this is just dirt in the Carpenter's blocks, or no, that's not even, well, the stair is, but it's a chiseled variant of the dirt there, so that's pretty cool. Do I have? Oh no, my chisel's not in here. That's unfortunate, but we'll carry on either way. But yeah, so let's head up here, and you know, this is gonna be a little bit difficult for us to do because one, building just in general is difficult when you're doing recording and things like that, but at the same time, you know, you've got you know, now we're building in the air, which is a pain in survival no matter what. So you gotta keep that in mind as we're going here. I actually probably don't need that layer there, but let's grab some stairs. And can I get this to go properly? Yeah, perfect. So no. Perfect, and I even got it back. Awesome. So basically, we're using these Carpenter blocks because there is no stair for clay. Unfortunately, now is that right? Hold on, I think I did that wrong. Nope, it is not. I really need to get some feather falling boots. Whoops. Issues like dying and things like that would be a little less common if I had done that. So let's get these back. We need to come down one layer because this is just, we're using this as the curve of the arch, obviously. And man, one thing. Okay, so I was talking to. Oh, I was holding shift. I think I can't be holding shift to do this. Yes. There we go. One thing, I was talking to April and the other day, and she has a she's got dinosaurs in her series, but her series is more of a is more of a, you know, just like a park sort of nature-y series than it is like a she actually is not a big fan of dinosaurs. But she's got both JurassiCraft and Fossils and Archaeology in there because, you know, they've got some cool creatures there, and there's more than dinosaurs in both of these mods. Obviously, you've got the prehistoric mammals and things like that as well. But she was apparently has heard that they're working on the 1.8 versions, which I guess isn't real surprising. But it makes some complications for me for this series, because so much of, you know, more than, you know, this series being just about dinosaurs, really this series for me, the dinosaurs thing is almost just an excuse for me to do different kinds of builds and things like that that I probably wouldn't get to do in another format. But it sounds like these mods might be updating to 1.8, which is a problem only because at least the last time that I had looked into it, the guy who did the Carpenter blocks mod, apparently 1.8 breaks pretty much everything about his mod, and so he didn't really have an intention. No, dude. He didn't really have any intention of updating because 1.8 basically breaks everything about his mod, that he would pretty much have to start over and completely recode the thing. So he was like, yeah, I'm just not going to do that. But if the other mods, like the JurassiCraft and stuff, update, and nobody else has taken over that Fossils and Archaeology project, that could potentially cause some issues for this series. Because, you know, especially if they're updating and adding new dinosaurs and stuff like that, that's something we're going to want to do. But so much of the driver for me doing this series, yeah, I love the dinosaurs and everything like that, but it's also been a lot of fun for me to play around with, like, the Carpenter stuff. I don't know if I want to, like, I don't know what I would do given that choice. Like, you can update and get the new dinosaurs and all that. Like, I think they're adding, like, the Indominus Rex and JurassiCraft and things like that. So, I mean, it could be interesting for sure to take part in those, but I don't know. It strips so much of the other stuff from this series, and there's so many mods. Like, I love this journey maps, but they have not updated to 1.8 yet, and I love, you know, just basically all these different mods, and going to 1.8 might make some of that other stuff difficult. So I don't know when that's happening. I think they said by the time they get it ready for 1.8 that 1.9 might be out or whatever. So, I mean, it'll give the mod creators some extra time. Yeah, I don't know. It could potentially get tricky for us. Okay, so I think my other chisel is over by the Ankylosaurus still. So let's go ahead and we'll fly over there with Casper. It should be a pretty quick trip because I need to get my other chisel going to get this base going here. I don't remember the right dismount or the right descent button. There we go. All right, it should be right in here, hopefully. Yes, perfect. All right, so let's that in there, and I believe this is the one I was using. Oh crap. We'll get rid of the stick. That'll be fine. Do I need a bare hand to get on Casper? Apparently not. Okay. So we'll fly back on over. Here we go. But yeah, so I'm drawing inspiration for this build. I started talking about this and then I forgot. So I'm drawing inspiration for this build, obviously, from my time in Puerto Rico. We stayed in a city called Rincon. There we go. We stayed in a city called Rincon, and this arch design is actually reminiscent of a similar arch kind of thing that they had there in their downtown area. So we can drop that off. Yes. Okay. Well, we'll call that good. And so that's where this one's kind of coming from. And I think you guys are going to really like it here at the end. We may not get it finished today, as it's kind of a big thing, but definitely I wanted to bring you guys in partway through. I obviously I set up some so that I could kind of just jump in and build, but I think that you guys are really going to like how this is going to turn out. Again, it's not your traditional Jurassic Park / world sort of thing, but I think you guys are going to like it anyway. Perfect. I made almost the exact amount. Alright, and I don't think I need that anymore. Do I have torches? I want torches in here. And I'm not seeing any mob spawning, which is worrisome a little bit. It means I probably forgot to turn turn peaceful back off when I came back from my creative world. But at this point, not really a big deal. I'm not going to worry about it too much. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Did I get that? Did I pick it up? We'll assume yes. This stuff is kind of valuable. This ancient stone brick, because there's no way to craft it at this point. At least there wasn't the last time I had looked into it. Yeah, I gotta be sparing with my uses of it, just because it's not a resource that I have a ton of, and I decided that I wanted to use it for this particular application, but beyond that, I have to be pretty careful. So now I want to put this kind of white line here. Beautiful. And then we've got some red, just gonna go right here. Alrighty, and then we've got green. It's gonna come right here. And then we use the Carpenter blocks here on the outside. Let's grab those again. We need our hammer. Alright, so we've got Carpenter block here. Oh, alright. I'm gonna cycle back through. There we go. Okay, so it did it that time. Huh. The Carpenter block, so if you place it next to another, maybe it's because I was shifting before? Okay, so it's because I was shifting before. Got it. Yeah, so shifting, if you're not shifting and you place a full Carpenter block next to like a previously formed one, it'll make it the same shape as before. So then we have this, and we can come here with our white clay. There we go. And that's going to create this kind of same outline as we've got over here on this side. Yeah, so I actually think what I'm going to do, because we're at like the 23-ish minute mark, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to cut. You guys can kind of see the idea that I'm going for here. I'm going to cut, and I'm going to bring you guys back when we are, because I think I would like to finish it today. It's not so big that I can't on my own do it if I can just power through it for a little bit. But I can't finish it in a 30-minute episode to be sure. So what I think I'm going to do is, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to knock this out, and then I'll bring you guys back, and you guys can see kind of the finished product, and we'll put some final touches on it together. But yeah, so I will see you guys back here in just a second. Alrighty, guys. Alrighty, guys, welcome back. Did a bit of work. I've got it to the point where I'm pretty happy with it for now. We'll finish it off together here, but this is, well, let's take a step back again real quick, and I'll let you guys soak it in for a second. This is pretty much what we're looking at. Again, I'm taking inspiration from a real life orange that my wife and I saw when we were in Puerto Rico, and so I figured it works pretty well. But it's classy, and I feel like it fits the purpose here without, being like the same old thing that we've seen 100 times. So let's climb up here a little bit, and we'll right, we can't shift. There we go. All right, try that again. So we've got these things here, and obviously we've got elements that you'll see in other, things. But we're doing these little torches here on the side. Ooh, I gotta put this clay in this real quick before it catches fire, I think. You know, we've got some similar elements, obviously, as what you would see other places, but I think we're putting it together. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! 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 Crap. Didn't move fast enough there. Shoulda waited. I don't have any carpenter blocks on me. We'll fix that in a minute. Okay, so then I'm gonna make the Jurassic this orange clay. A little more leverage up here. Beautiful. Beautiful. We'll kind of jog on over this way a bit. All right. Oh, gosh darn it. I'm always by nature shift clicking when I'm on stuff up in the air like this, and it doesn't actually work for carpenter blocks apparently. So we've got these blocks here. I know that, you know, for some of this I'm wasting some blocks, like for the full blocks and things like that, but it was easier for me to lay out everything just in carpenter blocks and then come back to it and fill things in with you guys, as opposed to doing half and half and having it look weird. And we can actually reach all this stuff, which is fantastic from where we're at. Very, very good. We don't have a ton of dirt left. Hopefully we can make it far enough here. Just put out the whole thing. Yes. Okay, so let's... Oh, we're gonna run out of orange clay though. Darn it. Okay, well, you guys will get the gist though. I'm probably gonna do some detailing also off camera. There's a couple of other components that I wanted to add. I forgot to gather more orange clay. I had that left over from in my other chest from when we made the portals and everything. Well, now that we've got our colorful portals, we can easily make a jog over to the mesa and finish that off. But we'll do that, and I'll reveal the full finished entryway next episode. But yes. All right, so let's grab this here. Take care of this dirt. Oh, here goes my shovel. Fantastic. Alrighty, we'll forget this. Can I make that fall? It's whoo, buddy. Yeah, we can make it. Do I have? Yes, I've got more dirt, and I've got more carpenter's blocks. All right, so let's go up here real quickly. We'll fix this particular torch, and then we will come back. Oop, one more up. Put that there. We need our hammer back. There we go. And then we pop that in there. Beautiful. Dirt out of the way. Oh, this is why I don't like building in the air, especially on camera. But yeah, so I'll take this one down, and I'll clean up the rest later. But you guys get the general idea, and I'll finish off the rest of it. We need to get a couple more resources, and I just don't want to waste your time because I'm going to be doing some more work out here. Like I think there's a couple of other touches, not even just to the entryway, like the actual arch, but some other just aesthetic things in this general area that I wanna do. But I think that the bright colors are really conveying what I want to do with this park. And then we've got the torches, the fire that you would see on a general Jurassic Park thing. I've got the same thing, at least the torches over here on this other side too. I'm not sure what I would want to put up here. Maybe come again soon or something. I don't know. But for now, we've got this working pretty well, I think. Excuse me. But yeah, we get the scaffolding out of there, I finish off the rest of these, and I think it'll look good. And then there's a couple of other aesthetic things, like I said, that I want to do up here that I'll take care of off camera. But yeah, I think that's pretty much what we wanted to do. And I hope you guys are kind of on board with the general aesthetic that I'm going for with this. You know, obviously, things will be changing up a little bit as we go along, but you know, just the really colorful, you know, kind of playful nature of some of that stuff, I really want to pull that in, as opposed to using a lot of wood and stone and things like that. Really want clay to kind of be one of those primary things, so that it's a very colorful, bright sort of thing. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I've been Tortimer the Great, and you guys have been great. Make sure to leave those likes, comments, and subscriptions for me, guys, and I will see you all back here next time, where I don't know what we're gonna do. But I'm pretty happy with this here. The top, I just have a ton of torches on. I probably will end up doing something with that too, especially since we have a flyer. But I like it. I like it. If we come at it from this side and all that, I don't know. It speaks to me, and hopefully you guys like it too. Yeah. So anyway, I've been Tortimer the Green. You guys have been great. Have a good one.